Hey everybody, it's Mike Fingal. Welcome back to another wonderful edition of Collector's Haven. Today we have a very special guest. Yes, we have Wonder Mama in the house. Yes, we do.
Hello.
Do you know that?
Oh,
hello,
everybody.
I was
Thank
just
you
gonna.
for having me.
I was just gonna tell them that you're a childhood friend of Wonder Woman.
Yes. People mistake me. They think I am Wonder Woman, or I'm trying to be Wonder Woman, but in fact, I am not Wonder Woman. I'm her more homely childhood friend.
Oh my God, you are not homely, darling. You're not homely. I can tell you that much right now. Just a little bit of background on you. You've been here in the States, you're in Sydney since 2015. So obviously you got off the island.
Yes. I migrated from the island when I realized that the world needed saving and it needed some cheering up. So I thought I would leave the island and come to the outside world and cheer the world up a little bit.
Excellent. And now, what island was that again? It's not the one.
It's not Paradise Island. I'm not
No.
from Paradise Island. I'm from an adjacent island in the same region as Wonder Woman. I come from Glamazon Island.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Now, are there boats between the two, or how do you get back and forth between the islands?
We fly. We have little jets that fly. We have little jets. And one day I accidentally stumbled upon an island, and I discovered this island of Amazon women and made friends with young little Diana, and the rest is history.
Oh my goodness.
She got the movie rights. She got the TV show and the comic books, and I get to do these videos. But that's okay. I'm not bitter at all.
You shouldn't. You're glamorous. There's no big deal. I mean, you've done charity events. You've been to conventions. You've been on television news stories. So, I mean,
yes,
you are helping the world. You're helping the world, aren't you?
I am. I'm trying to cheer it up a little bit.
Now, I see. Have you spoken to Wonder Woman recently?
No, we haven't been. She's just too busy with the movies and stuff coming out. So she's just she's a bit preoccupied at the moment with a lot going on. So yeah. So
is that the reason why you collect on her?
That's exactly it. I try to keep the memory alive. I try to keep a little bit of memorabilia happening here. So this is my little shrine here, my little Wonder Woman shrine.
And how long have you been collecting on your good friend?
I have been collecting, I would say it's probably been about 25 years, but I've been a big fan since I was very little. And I had a few pieces when I was a little one, and it just grew from there. It grew when I got the internet and I was able to online shop. And that's when it exploded. Of
course. But do you have some exclusive items from Paradise Island?
From Paradise. Well, I have got a section here. This section here, guys, is, I don't know what I'm showing you. I can't tell what I'm showing you. This is all my Australian licensed stuff from Australia. So I keep a section of my collection, which is all Australian memorabilia, all Australian licensed stuff. And I was lucky enough to find, I don't know if you can see it. Let me try and flip this a minute. Hang on a minute. Sorry, Mike. Let me flip this.
Totally fine.
Now, if you see up there, there is a scooter in a box. So there's a little scooter. It says folding kick scooter. I found that on a website called Gumtree, which is like, I guess in America, it's like the equivalent to Craigslist. Or something like that. It's like just a general online market thing. And it was $15. And it turns out that it is a prototype that was only one of them produced. So I am so ecstatic to have found that. I had to drive like an hour away to get it. And the lady told me that her husband worked for a company that created these prototypes for a company that was going to manufacture them, and it never got produced. And it's amazing. It's in the box. It's in a fabulous full color box and everything. And yeah, I'm just so happy to have that. That's one of my rare Australian collectibles that I have. But a lot of this stuff comes from like a Warner Brothers movie world and just Australian licensed stuff.
Wow, so they've actually released a lot of stuff from in over there in Australia. That's excellent.
Yeah, no, we from not as much as the USA, but we still get some nice stuff from time to time. We're pretty lucky sometimes.
So with your collection, do you focus on just the movie or the comic book or Linda Carter's creation?
No, I'll show you what I've got. So I collect pretty much anything. So behind me here at the moment is all my vintage. I've got 2 shelves of vintage collectibles. So I've got Mego Dolls. I've got my Wonder Woman. Can you see that? I don't know what I'm showing you. Is my hand on the telephone? Yes.
Yes, your hand's on the telephone. Why don't you switch it around so we can look at them?
Oh, okay. Hang on.
I love it.
All right. Is that there? All right. So this is all my vintage stuff. So I've got old toys. I've got the telephone. I've got Mego Dolls. They're the loose Mego Dolls. So this is my vintage section. And then I move on here. This is my Linda Carter TV show section. So that is building up. So I've got all the Megos, which I found all these box Megos in Australia on eBay, which was like a miracle come true. It was just like amazing. And that was like probably one of my most recent purchases. It was very expensive. Well, not that expensive, but it was actually quite well priced. So this is my Linda Carter section. And merchandise is slowly building for that. Like we're finding that there's a bit more Linda Carter stuff coming out recently. Then I've got my Gal Gadot movie section. So I've got some pieces there. These are custom busts created by Art Department Studios in the Philippines. They do custom limited edition busts. So that's all that. So I pretty much collect everything. There's all Pop Funkos. These are all my statues. And then this is just my mishmash of everything section. So there's all tiny bits and pieces, little figures, little figurines. That is action figures and dolls. I'm going to turn this way because then you're going to see the messy section. So back around here, and these are all the movie dolls. So these are all the Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, the first movie, and Wonder Woman 1984. So that is, I pretty much collect everything. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's how I set it out.
Beautiful, beautiful. What was your very first piece? Do you remember that you collected?
My very first piece as a little kid?
Absolutely. What was your very
Okay, well, my very first piece was all right. So this was the Wonder Woman pop-up book. Was one of the very first things I wanted as a child. I actually remember we saw this in a department store and I just fell in love with it. I loved that there was the little section that she had her little lasso and it actually had a piece of string. And it was actually quite expensive in the store and my sisters wouldn't let me have it. They wouldn't buy it for me because it was too expensive. And I was crying. I was in the department store crying. But a week or so later, they actually did buy it for me. This is actually not the original one. This is another one that I bought because my one got a bit damaged over the years. So that is one of the very first things that I had as a little boy growing up. And secondly was the Wonder Woman Avon mirror. This is the original one that I have. You can actually see it's broken on the back. So that is one of the few things that I kept as a little boy. That is my Wonder Woman Avon mirror that I had as a little child as well. And the other things that I had were like the Mego Dolls and a few other bits and pieces. So it was mainly the pop-up book. That had a little bit of, I don't forget that incident of not being able to have it and crying in the department store.
I had the same incidents too, not with one. I didn't cry, although my mother was very sweet. She did pull out that checkbook and wrote some checks for some Charlie's Angels magazines for me.
Oh, fabulous!
Yeah, so that's it. What is your most prized possession in your room there?
My most prized possession, I would say it is, hang on, I'll flip you around. Okay, well, it's definitely the telephone. The telephone, friends bought me that for a birthday of mine. It was online and it was for buy it now. And it was coming close to one of my big birthdays. And I said to a group of friends, I said, if you have to buy me anything, buy me this. please buy me this, put it in all together and buy me this. And they did. So they bought me that. So I love that. The other thing that I've got, which is really rare, and as a collector in Australia, it's very hard to collect stuff. The shipping is very expensive, and also the time zone, things get sold very quickly. But one of the rare things that I got many years ago that a lady sold to me is this Wonder Woman dresser set. When I had my website, she contacted me and offered to sell me this. And I think I got it for a really good price. I got it for like about $150 US, and I'm sure these go for a lot more. And I've hardly ever seen this. So this is one of the rare pieces that I have in my collection. So that is one of the vintage pieces. I've got that little Valentine's Day card from the 40s. I would also say, so that scooter is definitely a big bonus for me. What else have I got? Sorry, I'm just going to wiggle around a bit. And I probably, Mike, I will probably, sorry, I'm going fast, but you can edit it.
No,
but
you're
I would
totally
definitely
fine.
say also it's the Mego Dolls, because they were a huge find for me, because I got all 5 of the Mego Dolls. I got the flyaway action and the Force and the 4 in the box here in Australia, which is like, I'd never thought in a million years that would ever happen, that I would find them here in Australia. So I took money out of my savings and I bought them straight away.
Oh yeah, those are pretty pricey. Did you find them all with one collector sell them to you? Or?
She sold them, the lady selling them sold them all as one collection. So she sold them all together, and yeah, so I just bought them. So it was no, I'm not going to tell you how much it cost, but it wasn't too bad considering. I told some friends about it, some US friends, and they said it was quite reasonable. So I just took the opportunity and bought them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What do you love most about collecting?
I mean, collecting, I just love unusual items. I like quirky. See, now that I've set up this room, I actually set up my collectibles room during COVID. I just moved into this place and I had this room that was going to be for my collection, and I never got a chance to set it up until I had the time in COVID that we were in lockdown and we weren't working as much. So this room has only been set together very recently.
Nice
so
project.
Now that I've got, sorry?
Nice project.
Yeah, it was. It was a big project, actually. I had to buy all this. It was a mess. It was just like, yeah, it was just a huge mess in here. But what happened is now that I've got everything set up and I've got limited space, I'm really selective about what I collect now. So I don't collect absolutely everything, but I like quirky pieces. I like unusual stuff. Like, I especially like shoes. So I've got like, I've got a collection of I've got to fix this shelf up, but I've got a collection of cute shoes and things like that come up every now and then. So I try and collect those. Hang on, where am I? Yeah, so I just try and collect cool. I like the action figures and the dolls and that sort of thing. So yeah. Okay.
So my next question is there a wacky story about getting a collectible?
A wacky story about getting a collectible. I think, well, to be honest, I think the wackiest ones are the ones that I find here in Australia. I've managed to I find that it's really hard to find great collectibles in Australia. So when they pop up on eBay, it's usually a frantic effort to try and either bid on them or to purchase them, or say like those Mego Dolls, or that, you know, traveling to some ridiculous place to get that scooter and all that sort of thing. So it's I think it's just, I think it's like all collectors do it. We go crazy, you know, going to every McDonald's store to get all the premies and all the little toys that are out. So
absolutely.
But yeah.
So where do you primarily find your collectibles? On eBay, or do you look other places, or how do you do it?
Primarily eBay. I find a lot of things on eBay. And then also I look on Australian website called Gumtree. I actually missed out on a Wonder Woman bicycle on Gumtree that was being sold in another state, and the bike was produced in New Zealand, and I missed out on it. The guy had sold it before we confirmed anything, which I was really disappointed about. And I haven't been able to get this bike. It was like a kid's little bicycle, 16-inch bicycle. But usually it's on places like Gumtree or eBay. Like those Mego Dolls came from eBay. So occasionally we get some good things pop up. And so it's just like a scramble to get them and make sure no one beats you to it.
Exactly. Well, other than knowing Wonder Woman herself, have you met Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman?
I met her very briefly at a show that she was doing at the Catalina Club. Is it the Jazz Club? I forgot what it's on Sunset Boulevard. And so, yes, I did meet her. I did meet her very briefly. She was rushing through everyone, though, very quickly and just shaking hands. She wasn't signing or anything. But, yes, I did meet her briefly. So that was nice.
Excellent. And what of the feature films do you like better? Or what is your favorite Wonder Woman TV show or movie?
Oh, God. Okay. Well, definitely with the new Gal Gadot films, I love the original, the 2017 version. I'm going to probably get on the bad side of a few people if I talk about Wonder Woman 84. I thought the ideas were good. I don't think it was well executed, so it wasn't my favorite. I still prefer the first one. Also, I love the TV show. I just bought the Blu-ray set online. Yeah. So the TV show is fantastic. And I also enjoyed the Adrian Palicki version. Even though it was terrible, it was a bit sad that it didn't go ahead. So that would have been great to have a new Wonder Woman TV show. That's true. But the movies are fantastic, and I love the animated versions as well. So yeah. I understand what you're talking about. 84. There was a lot. It needed a lot. It was fantastic that they put the jet in. I just felt the way they did some of it was not very good. I just didn't feel it was great.
I felt that Cheetah was there's a whole
story. There was something going on. There was something there. I understand what they were trying to do, but it's not my favorite. Sorry out there. I know there are a lot of people that love it, but I'm sorry.
It was beautiful. She's beautiful in it.
She's always stunning. So Gal is always stunning, and she's a great Wonder Woman.
And we got to see Linda again.
What was that?
And we got to see Linda.
And we got to see Linda. That was great that they wrote her into the story as something substantial and not just a silly cameo. So that was really, really good.
So let's look at a little bit more about your collection. Now you have some of the, mannequins. What's going on with the mannequins in your collection?
Oh, the mannequins, I made that. That is my, hang on, let me just flip it around. Hang on a minute. Okay, now is it recording? I made this, I created this mannequin probably about 8 years ago. About 5 or 6 years, 8 years ago or something like that. But I put it all together. I sort of constructed the costume out of different pieces. I made the breastplate and that sort of thing. But I love her. So I just recently gave her the shield and the sword, the Gal Gadot. So that was a little project that I did a few years ago, and I love her. She's fabulous. She's got great hair. And then this is a little one that I did more recently, just as a little bust thing. So she's got her earrings and everything. And I made the tiara based on a design that I saw in one of the comics. Those big statues they're created by Dennis from Fine Art Sculptures in the Philippines as well. So Dennis has done a lot of commissions and stuff for a lot of the collectors and stuff, and he hand sculpts them. They're not digitally sculpted. So they're fabulous. They're half-scale statues of Linda and Gal. And he does a whole lot of other. So if you look him up, he's done a whole lot of other Wonder Woman busts and statues and that sort of thing. Oh. And then on the top there, along the roof, hiding the bathroom pipes, I've got the lasso spreading across, and then it hangs from the ceiling there. And there's Wonder Woman's hand and her bracelet bursting out from the ceiling. So that's my little artistic installation there for Wonder Woman holding the lasso, and it stretches across the roof of the room here.
Well, that's gorgeous. I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love that idea. Can we look at that big bust of Linda Carter that's up on the shelf over there?
That bust. Now, this bust here, it is a very big bust in terms of, but hang on a minute. Is it recording?
Yeah, we're recording, of course.
Okay, we're recording. Okay, so that bust was also created by a sculptor in the Philippines. Now, to be honest, it was supposed to be Linda Carter, but the face did not come out like Linda Carter. Sorry, it's very high up, so I'm just trying to give you the angle as best as possible. I still love it. I still think it's fabulous. It's sort of like a bit retro 70s Super Friends, but the costume is Linda Carter, but the face turned out nothing like Linda Carter. But I still loved it anyway. And a few other collectors.
It kind of looks like.
Sorry?
It looks like you.
I know, she is busty. She's almost as busty as Wonder Woman. I know. I'm
thinking that you might have been the inspiration for that one.
I don't think Wonder Mama existed when he looked, but possibly it could be possible. But yeah, so that's her there. But I still love her. She's a life-size bust, so she's really fabulous. And this one here, sorry, the bricks are falling down. I sculpted that many years ago, so that you can't see it very well, but I sculpted her myself.
Look at you making your own collectibles.
I know. Look at that. I'm multi-talented.
I love it.
But yeah, so they're all my statues. But yeah, so but those busts were, yeah, that's a custom bust, and I don't think he's selling that anymore. That was quite a few years ago, actually. I know a few collectors bought that, but then a few collectors were actually put off that it didn't look like Linda in the end. But anyway, what can you do?
And there's a lasso on the other side. I just saw a peek up. Can we look at that lasso? That's in it's in a case, I believe.
Oh, the lasso, yes. Now this prop set, this Gal Gadot lasso and prop set, I won this at the movie premiere of the advanced screening of Wonder Woman 2017. So I won this for best costume. They thought I was fabulous, and they rewarded me with Wonder Woman's lasso and tiara in this case. So I was very lucky to win that. So yeah, so that's how I got that. And I've seen a few of these for sale in different variations, but it's got the little sticker on it, headband, and lasso of Hestia. But yeah, so that's how I got that. So I won that in the competition at the movie premiere for the first movie.
And I bet they were wondering why you were not in the movie itself.
I was wondering that, actually. I was very bitter about it. That's why I went there to complain. But yeah, I'm talking to their people. We'll see what happens. I'll have a word with Patty Jenkins for the third movie.
Next time I see her, I'll mention you.
If Linda can get a cameo, God damn it, so can I.
I know. You were childhood friends.
I know. Yeah, I don't know.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
The politics of Hollywood.
Yes.
Let's look at some of those I can never say her name right. I'm so sorry. Please.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Okay, the busts.
Yeah.
Okay, now these two busts are created, as I mentioned earlier, art department studios in the Philippines. They do amazing work. They do a lot of these they do a limited edition of about 30 pieces. These busts actually light up. So the bracelets actually light up, but I can't make them light up because they don't connect to the Australian power sockets, but they're fabulous. Like the detail in it is amazing. So they did 2 half-scale busts of Gal and her in her training armor when she's on Paradise Island. So they're beautiful busts. Also, they're working on a life-size bust at the moment of Gal Gadot, and I think they've also got a Linda Carter one in the works. This bust was actually created by them a few years ago, and I think they're doing that as a full-scale bust at some point after they do the Gal Gadot. So that is art department studios as well. They do amazing work. They've just done a Superman, Christopher Reeves, and Clark Kent, Christopher Reeves, and they just are amazing. They get better and better, these guys. They're not licensed, I shouldn't say that, but they're custom artisan pieces. So I still like to collect them anyway. It doesn't bother me if things aren't licensed. So as long as they're fabulous, I'll buy them.
Nice. They are fabulous. And
Yeah.
how about all the Funko? Can you show us your Funko?
Oh, my Funkos. Funkos are an addiction. Now, I collect what is just available in Australia. So if I know there are collectors out there that collect every single version with every sticker. I'm good friends with those kind of people. Jeter, Kim, and Ryan, no names mentioned, but they will collect every version with every different sticker on it. I can't do that. I don't have the space, so I just collect what's available in Australia. And we're quite lucky in Australia because in America, a lot of the time you guys get exclusives that you have to go to certain stores, but that doesn't happen here in Australia. We still manage to get the exclusives just in mainstream stores here, so we don't have to run around everywhere or buy them at Walmart or somewhere like that. So we're quite lucky in that respect. See, my Wonder Woman 84 stuff is overflowing, so it's driving me crazy. It's overflowing and it's on the floor. There's just too much stuff. So yeah. But in terms of Funko, I love Funkos, and I've got all the newer ones that they bring out for the Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary. So yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can we look at your stuffed Wonder Womans or your
Can I show you though? I'm going to show you I'm going to show you now. Can I show you one of the first things that I bought on the internet?
Yes, show me.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to show you, where is it? Let me find the other one. Where's the other one? All right. Okay. Just let me get sorted. My light's gone out. Hang on, light. Come on. Wake up. Sorry, Mike. Hang on. I'm trying to get the light. It's a sensor light. Okay. All right, now these couple of pieces are the first things that I bought when I got the internet. I discovered Warner Brothers Studio Store online, and when I started getting the internet, I was on message boards and that sort of thing. And back then, you had to do there was no PayPal. It was crazy. So that statue, that Warner Brothers statue there in the background, there was one of the very first things that I bought from Warner Brothers Studio Store. It was one of my very first online purchases, and I adore that statue. And also the next things that I bought on eBay were these Hallmark statues, these little statuettes or whatever you call them. I don't know what, these little figurines. They were some of the very first things that I bought when I got the internet. So I adore those. Yeah, so they're my favorite things. And I just love the interpretation of them. So that's like classic George Perez 80s Wonder Woman, and those are the golden age and fabulous. So I really, really love those. So they're some of my favorite pieces.
Those are beautiful. Look at all of them.
Yeah. So that's a new acquisition as well, this prop set. There's a couple of different prop sets that had come out. And down here, let me get on my knees. These are all my model kits. These are actually some model kits that I made. Like I sculpted that funny looking lady and that one as well. Some of those are model kits, and some of those, two of those, that big one in the background there and that one there, they're from Brazil. They're overseas unlicensed statuettes, but the rest are little model kits that I put together myself. So that's my little section down there of model kits. Yeah, these are all dolls and action figures. So I keep all dolls and action figures. I've actually not been collecting as many action figures anymore. Like I've got a few, all of the ones that I have are in boxes or in storage. Down there is DC Superhero Girl stuff. That's all DC Super. It's a jumbled mess here at the moment, but it's here. So, so dolls and action figures. This is my dolls and action figures section. Yeah, and I can't go over that way because that's where everything's stored and it's a big mess. So, so action figures I haven't been collecting as much because there's just always so many. But yeah, and these are all just tiny things, tiny, crazy, annoying things that I've just stacked up. So I'm very lucky because I've got my friend Kim and Ryan in America that they buy things for me. If I see something and I say, oh, can I get this? And I have it shipped to them and they ship it to me. So I'm very lucky in that respect, but I've been trying to, you know, control myself lately because I've got costumes to pay for. I've got to look fabulous.
You do, you do. Do you find there was a point with the new movies that they started making a bunch of new Wonder Woman stuff, or was there a
Oh my God.
with the collectibles?
Oh God, Mike, I can't keep up. Especially, I'm in the collectors groups, which are mainly American collectors. I run an Australian Wonder Woman collectors group, but we really get like not even a quarter of what comes out in America. So, like with Wonder Woman 84, the guys are always showing me new stuff that is coming out. But it's crazy. I can't keep up because it was just, I don't have the room, and also and it's quite expensive. It's expensive. So yeah, I try and make sure I stick to Australian stuff. So if Australian stuff comes out, this is all Australian stuff, I try and collect it. I like books. I've got a little library book. I've got to fix that up and display that properly. A little library of books that I collect. And if I try and get vintage stuff, then great. But all the new stuff, it's just too much. I can't keep up.
Yeah. But you look like you're doing well.
I'm doing well. This is from about 25 years of collecting. And here I've got that's my little shelf of Masters of the Universe. I used to collect Masters of the Universe as a little boy. And what happened is a few years back, probably about 5 or 6 years, I sold my original collection, and now I really regret it. So I've actually been building up the collection of original Masters of the Universe figures as well. And that's a slow process because they're quite expensive and hard to find in very good condition. And these are all my plushies. So I love my plushies. I try and collect plushies where I can. So that's all my plushies. And I've got a giant one over here that I got on eBay. She's massive. And I think Kim sent that to me. But yeah, so that's that so far.
You have a terrific collection. Your friend
Thank
must
you
be
so much.
happy with you.
What was that?
Your friend probably is so happy with you.
My childhood friend. Yes, she should be very happy with me. She gives
goodness.
me attitude though.
What?
She gives me attitude sometimes, but that's all right. We're good friends. You know, we bounce off each other. We're fine.
Those women on Paradise Island. What do you expect?
That's it.
Honestly,
they've been there too long.
Can we talk? Can we talk? There's no men.
That's exactly.
So, is there anything that you are desperately looking for your collection?
Oh, you know what I would like? Well, now I've got the big Megos. I would like the little Mego in a box. She's a bit hard to get out. Hang on a minute. She's here tucked in behind. I've only got an original Mego in a repro box, and I would like to have one in the original box, but they're really hard to come by. So I have to keep a better eye on US eBay and try and buy one day. But I would like one of those. What else would I like? You know what I did? I went through a period that I actually sold some vintage stuff that I shouldn't have sold, such as the Wonder Woman bot bag. I sold that regrettably. So there was a couple of things that I regrettably sold many years back, but one day I'm hoping to reacquire them somehow. But there's a lot of vintage stuff that's amazing.
Yeah.
My friend Kyle, who's another massive collector, he's much bigger than me. He's got amazing vintage stuff. He's got some amazing vintage pieces as well. And same with some of a lot of the American collectors as well. It's just so hard to get some pieces here in Australia.
Yeah. I'm sure that's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's mostly the shipping. Shipping's always a challenge.
Shipping, and then also a lot of it's buy it now as well, like on eBay. So things can get snapped up really quickly before we even see it. So there's a lot of buy it now stuff and make an offer. So, you can make an offer and the seller will, it's not like the old days where you used to have to bid on stuff and it would go for days and days. Now it can go straight away. So, yeah.
It's crazy. So if someone out there has those items, where can they reach you?
Well, you can find me on my website, thefabulouswondermama.com.au. I'm on. I've got my website. I've got Instagram. I've got Facebook. So I'm pretty much easy to find, and you'll see me in a lot of the collectors groups as well. So yeah.
Nice.
No worries.
Well, I want to thank you so. It's just wonderful to meet you.
Thank you so much.
And
it was lovely to be able to do the video. So thank you so much for inviting me along. And yeah, it was wonderful.
thank you for sharing all of your amazing collection.
No worries. It's a pleasure. I've been wanting to do a little video for so long. So this was a great opportunity. So yeah.
You know, I've interviewed 2 other Wonder Woman collectors also already. And what I love.
I saw those videos. I know Christopher and I know John.
Yeah. I mean, what I love about collectors, there's always something different in a person's collection, even if it's the same items or the same genre. And thank you for sharing all your Sydney finds, and that one big find that no one else has. You should be the queen bee with that one.
I know. I love that. So that's fabulous.
All those collectors must be envious of you, I'm sure.
Yes.
Not only of your beauty, but of that slide around, whatever they were called. I don't know what they call it.
The scooter, yes.
The scooter. I
yeah.
Don't know what you people call the scooter.
That's why I keep my address secret so no one can find me.
This
is my secret lair.
I know. You know, you're used to that being from, you know, the Glamour Island, you know.
Yes, Glamazon Island is a secret island, yes.
Yeah, because it's secretive and people
can't. That's right.
Can you ever, do you ever go back to the island?
From time to time I do. Unlike Wonder Woman who says she can't get back to her island, I do go back as often as I can, but I'm very busy. I'm very busy with my glambassadorial duties.
That's true.
Being a glambassador and being fabulous. I've got lots to do here, so I don't often get to go back there very often.
Well, I know with COVID it's been crazy, but you have stuff coming up that people come see you?
Stuff coming up, yes. Well, I've actually got my own Wonder Mama storybook that I illustrated and published not too long ago. It's a self-published storybook, and I've got a colouring book as well. So now restrictions have lifted a little bit here in Australia. So there's events happening, there's conventions. So this month next weekend I'll be at a queer market promoting the book, and the week after that I'll be flying to Melbourne in my jet to promote my storybook and my colouring book at Supernova Comic Convention, which is on in Melbourne in a couple of weeks. So I'm trying to get out there and promote the books a bit more, and and that's a storybook that
And people can buy those on through your website, right?
They can buy that through the website, and I have a Wonder Mama Etsy store which the website links to. So they're sold through my Etsy page through my website.
Exactly. Look, people out there.
It's just the story. It just
explains. Needs to keep glamorous. She needs to keep glamorous. So you have to purchase the stuff.
Exactly. I need to pay for these outfits. No, it was just a fun little project that I put together just to explain, because a lot of people mix me up. They think they see me on the street and they go, "Oh, Wonder Woman." I'm like, no, I'm actually Wonder Mama. And so I try to differentiate that I'm not trying to be Wonder Woman. As much as I love her and we love each other, we're childhood friends, there is a bit of discrepancy as to who came up with the costume first. I believe it was my idea and she stole it from me, but anyway, that's just a childhood.
That might be some of the tension between you two.
Exactly. We're tight, but we just have a few issues every now and then.
I maybe suggest friendship therapy, but I might.
She's just too busy. She's always making excuses that she can't make it. So I'll just leave it at that. When she's got time, I understand. She's a busy lady.
Wow. But we love Wonder Woman, and we love you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Everybody
out
there.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Everybody out there in Collectors Haven world, thank you for watching. Please share the video so you can spread the love of Wonder Woman. And if you have a collection out there, I would love to chat with you on my next show. So just hit me up online. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Pleasure. Mwah.
Mwah.